Hi guys, I am Mercy Acho. You are welcome to my channel and also welcome to today's tutorial. So today's tutorial will be on how to sew a straight skirt with a pleated vent at the back. If this is what you are interested in, please watch this video to the end. We have the drafting part of it right on this channel. You can help yourself out. Before we go any further, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please do consider subscribing, for this channel is going to help your sewing skills. To my returning DIY fam, thank you so very much. So I'm going to take a little of your time to wait for you to subscribe. All right. I'm waiting for you actually to subscribe. All right. If you have just subscribed, please let me know in the comment section. And if you click that space that says subscribe, also click the notification bell so that you will get informed whenever I upload a new video. Right now, let's just go into the tutorial at once. So guys, it is time to sew this skirt right now. Before we take the skirt to the sewing machine, I will show us what to do, all right? Because I'll be sewing this skirt behind the camera, so I will show you how it will be like. So before you sew anything, make sure that your lining is shorter than your fabric, either by 1 inch or ½ inch. All right, you will get to understand the reason why as we proceed. Okay, make sure your lining and your fabric does not be at the same length, okay, like this, but let it be this way, the way it is, as you can see right here. This is just so when you sew it like this, you will have something like this. When you join using ½ inch to sew, by the time you conclude sewing the skirt, you will notice that the down part will be like this. This makes your work very professional, so that at the end of the day, lining will not be dropping out when you're done, or after you have made use of your skirt for some time. You see that your lining will begin to drop outside the fabric. It is not right, okay? So this is just so to keep the lining intact until, no matter how long you may use the outfit, whether it's a gown, straight gown, or is a fitted skirt like this one, no matter how long you may make use of it, no matter how long it will stay, the lining will not be dropping out at any point. I hope that is clear. I will also get to let you see the final outcome so that you will understand better. All right, so let's proceed. What we are going to do here is, so this is the right side. All right, so you can see that the center back is joined, it's not opened in any way. I have done this kind of tutorial in time past, but I split this place open. But in this case, I didn't open anywhere. This place is still sealed. It is together, it's on fold. Now this is the right side of the fabric. I'm going to spread it like so. All right, so when you're sewing, make sure to drag the lining to be equal with the fabric. That is the techniques there. When sewing, make sure to drag the lining to be equal, the same length with the fabric. All right, so you are going to use ½ inch to sew like this to the end, and then you will top stitch. I hope that is clear. By now, I want to believe you already know what top stitching is all about. So I'm going to take it to the sewing machine, do just that, and then I'll bring it back for you to see what it is like. So guys, as you can see, I have joined the lining and the fabric together. So this is lining, this is the fabric. All right, now just in case you don't understand or you don't know what top stitching is all about, I'm going to show you. All right, So this is top stitching. You open up your fabric and the lining into two like this. Can you see? Like so. Then this allowance that we have here, you're going to bend it over to the lining side of it, all right? Because you don't want your thread showing at the fabric when you're done sewing. So don't fold this allowance to the fabric side, fold it to the lining side, all right? Then you're going to sew like this. It's not up to half an inch, maybe 0.2 inches, all right? You're going to sew around this area like so, all the way to the end. This is to help keep the lining intact, okay? It also makes your work very neat. So this is what to do. So you sew it this way. So you sew it this way to the end. Is that okay? So guys, this is how the down looks like. This is what I was trying to explain to you. What will happen if the lining is shorter than the fabric, all right? So if you look at the upper part, is still, the fabric is longer than the fabric, so you drag it this way, you can see, right? And then give it a good press, a very good press. This is what you have at the end of the day. It makes your work more professional, okay? If you don't make the lining shorter than the fabric, by the time you finish sewing, this is what you will have, and it's really not too good. Is going to be like this. So the lining and the fabric are going to be equal length. The danger there is that at some point while using your outfit, the lining could come out like this, could be popping out like this. That is the danger of making the lining and the fabric the same length. It could come out like this, making your work dirty and not professional, all right? So if your lining is popping out outside and people are seeing it, of course, it shows you don't know your job, right? Good. So this is the reason. Just so no matter how long the outfit will last, the lining will not be popping out at any time. So that is the reason for that. Then the next thing to do, when you drag, remember I told you that when you're sewing, you're joining the lining and the fabric together, you should, even though we made the lining shorter than the fabric, drag it to be equal with the lining, and the fabric should be equal when sewing it. When you conclude sewing it, you will have something like this, all right? You will have something like this. Just drag it up, make sure the lining and the fabric at the upper part are equal, and then give it a good press, just like what I did here. You can see that the lining and the fabric are equal at the upper part. Meanwhile, at the down is the fabric that is showing, not the lining. I hope that is very clear. All right. So the next thing to do here is to go log in the rough edges inside. To do that, this is what we're going to do. You will turn this over like so, open the lining, and then bring it over like so. All right. So right now, this is the rough side, this is the back side of the fabric, and this is the right side of the fabric. So it should face each other like so. Start sewing from the upper part. Drag the lining like this. You can see the lining is shorter than the fabric. Drag the lining to the up. All right. Drag the lining this way. Make sure they are equal, and then sew half an inch this way. So have an inch this way. You will do the same thing to this, or to the other side of the skirt, and then this vent area, you're going to sew like this. This vent area, remember, is at the zipper area, right? The zipper side of the skirt. So you're going to sew from the upper part. You're going to use your 1/2 inch to sew it like this. This is the zipper allowance. This also is the zipper allowance. This area is the vent. That's why you're having this look. So you're going to sew this way all the way down using your 1/2 inch, and then you will to the upper part. So I'm going to take it to the sewing machine, log in all the rough edges. This is it. I will sew every rough edge. I'm going to log them inside, and then I'll bring it back for you to see how it looks like. All right. So guys, as you can see, I've logged in the rough edges. So I've joined the lining and the fabric together, so you can see, and then here, and then the vent area, like so. This is the zipper side. I've sewed from the top down, and then I took it to this direction and then upward, like so. I did the same thing this way. So I've logged in, I have basically logged in every rough edges. All right, so I'm going to turn it over like so, right inside out, this way. All right, like so. So this is what I'm going to basically do. Turn it right inside out, give it a good press, and then I'll bring it back for you to see. So guys, this is what it looks like. It's looking very neat, right? So you can see the sides. This is the vent area, the zipper side, and then this is the corner. And then the other way, you can also see the down part. Very neat. So everything is neatly done. All right, now let me fold it the way it's supposed to be, so it will be very clear to you. So this is the middle of our vent or the skirt. We are folding it like so, and then like so. So as you can see, this is our vent this way, and then you can see the whole shape the way it's supposed to be, and the rough sides are all buried inside. All right, so the next thing to do right now, we are going to cut the waistband for this skirt. All right, good. Okay, before the waistband, we are going to sew the dart. After that, we will be cutting the waistband. Stay tuned, I will be back. Let me sew the dart. I have sewed the dart. This is what it is like. I use a contrary thread, like a different color of thread, to sew, just so you can see what I did here. So this is what it looks like. And I have also cut out the waistband. So I cut 2 of it for the back piece. All right, this and then this. Okay, so the length is equivalent to this, to the waist round. All right, so this is what it is like. I gave some allowance because we are going to log in the side as well. And then the width, the wideness is 3 inches. So this is how the sewing tutorial is going to be. The sewing style is going to be, you fold it like this, and then fold 1/2 inch inward. You stitch here all the way to the top. You stitch. You do the same thing to this other side. All right, so I'm going to take it to the sewing machine, do that, and then I'll bring it back to show you what next to do. All right, so I'll do the same thing to this other piece here. So guys, these are the waistband for the 2 sides. I've turned this one over. The right side is facing out. This one is still, rough side is still on the outside showing. So I wanted to show you guys what it is like. All right, so this is the 1/2 inch I sewed this way. All right, and this side is still the way it is. So this is what it is. I'm going to keep this aside and then illustrate with this side of the waistband. Now to fix this waistband, we are going to bring one side of the skirt out this way, and then we will use this waistband to place it like so. All right, you can see this is the lining side, which is the back side of the skirt. So, and this is the right side. Bear it in mind that the rough edge is facing the right side. This is just so you will have final finishing by the time you join both together, the waistband and the skirt together. You're going to have something like this. So this rough edge is going to bury in like this. It's going to be buried in beneath the waistband, all right, like so. And then you have something like this, and then you will top stitch. That is the essence of for us fixing this waistband, this method. All right, so I'm going to take it to the sewing machine right now. I'm going to stitch it this way. I'm going to stitch it from the beginning like this to the end, and then I'll keep it this way, just the way I just explained. Keep it this way, top stitch, and then iron. I'll do the same thing to this other side of the skirt, and then I'll bring it back for you to see. All right, why it is better to do this, if you keep it like this, if you want to sew the rough edge facing, you know, the back side of the skirt, by the time you want to bury this, remember this is going to be the outside, so you'll be top stitching at the upper part. It wouldn't sew well at the front side. So that is why you should follow the method I showed you on how to fix this waistband. Okay, all right, I will be back, stay tuned. As you can see, I have joined the waistband, and this is what it looks like. So one of it I have fixed everything, but one of it I just sewed one side so I can show you much more what I was trying to explain earlier. All right, so this one you can see I have sewed and I have top stitched. Everywhere is looking very neat. There is no rough edge showing anywhere around the waistband. But for this waistband, you can see that I have not covered it up. All right, I've not covered it up. So I wanted to show you that you can see that this rough edge is facing the right side of the skirt, right? So you push it over like so, this way, right inside the waistband, and then you cover it up with this other part like so, and then you top stitch. Give it a very good press and you're done. That was what I did here. All right, okay, so I'm going to sew it later. Let's continue. The next thing to do here is to work on our vent. To do that, to work on the vent, we are going to mark 2 inches like so from this middle line. Remember, while we were drafting the skirt, we had what is known as the middle of the skirt, all right, the center of the skirt. So this is the line. Now if you have not yet watched that video, please do so you will get to understand what we are doing here. So from here I will be marking 3 inches to this direction, not this way, to this direction, 2 inches from here to here. I'm going to mark it all the way to the end. So I'm going to do this to the remaining part of this vent. So I'm going to do it behind the camera. I don't want this video to be too long. After I have done that, I'm going to use loose stitch to sew all the way to the end. Loose stitch to the end, that is what I'm going to do. All right, before we sew the loose stitch, we are going to sew from the waistband to the hip length. All right, this is my hip length. We have 10. So I'm going to sew loose stitch because I will be loosening it later to fix zip on it. Then from this hip length to this area here, that's from this length of vent is ½ inch. All right, to this area I'm going to be sewing permanent stitch because I won't be loosening it anymore. Then from this knee length here, our vent length down, I'm going to be sewing loose stitch because we will be loosening it later on to get our vent, our pleated vent. All right, I hope that is clear. So from here to here 2 inches, here to here 2 inches, here to here 2 inches. All right, so I'm going to take it to the sewing machine, do just that, and then I will show us what next to do. So guys, as you can see, I've sewed the loose stitch. All right, from here downward is loose stitch, and then to these other ones is also loose stitch. Now we are going to pleat our vent. All right, to do that, let's iron this this middle like so. So after that, we are going to turn it over like so, and then begin to work on our pleats. All right, so to get our pleats, we are going to open up this place like this, like so. You can see that there is an opening here. The distance between here and here, there is an opening here. So we are going to open up. So when you open it up, make sure that the stitch area meets with the center area here. I hope that is clear, like so. Open it up, you open this way and you open this way, so it lies flat. You can use your pins to hold it together so it doesn't shift. All right, but it's okay by me. So you open it up like so, and then use your iron to press this way, and like that. You also do the same thing as you flip this part over. You do the same thing this other side, like so. So that is what you will do to this one as well. All right, open it up. If you are finding it difficult to open it, you can see I'm using my ruler to assist me. All right, you can do the same thing. Look for something to assist you to open the holes. All right, so use something to help you out, and like so, like so. So I can use my iron now to iron this other part. The same process you did for the first one, we are going to repeat the same exercise like so. All right, please, as you're opening it up, as you're opening this space up, make sure this line, the thread is matching up with the middle of the skirt, just like what we did for the other two, the other first two. All right, open it up like so, and then you iron. I'm paying attention to this vent for my beginners. All right, I don't want to skip any part around this area. I want you to see what I'm doing properly. So I'll iron this way and then this way. Good. So we are left with just this one. You can see that this one does not have any stitch on it. We are going to open it up like so, following this unfold area. All right, like so. So make sure this center here is meeting up with the center down. All right, good, like so. So we've created our pleated vent, and this is what it looks like. Can you see? Looking so beautiful. So the next thing to do is that we are going to stitch this area, and to stitch this area we are going to pick up this side like so. From this stitch here we are going to sew upward. You will stitch and sew upward and stitch. You turn this way, sew upward and stitch. All right, don't cross it over because we don't want any thread showing this other side. All right, this pattern of sewing will make your work very professional and neat. Okay, good. So you're going to use 1/2 inch like so. All right, mark 1/2 inch. That is what you will do across. You mark your 1/2 inch across. So you will sew like this and stop, and then you will sew this way and stop. After that we are going to loose these stitches here, one after the other, and then you will see what it looks like. For now I'm going to take it to the sewing machine and then stitch it this way and this way. So guys, I have sewed the vent like I showed us earlier, from here to here, and then you turn this way also from here to here. All right, from the middle, the stitch area, you sew upward, you turn this way, from the middle you sew upward. All right, so it's time to loose the stitches we made here for the pleat. All right, so you are going to loose it like so. You're going to loose it like so. So you're going to lose it like so to the end. You will lose every stitch you made here. All right, after this and then this. Okay, so I'm going to do it behind the camera in order for this video not to be too long. So guys, as you can see, I have concluded loosening the stitches we made here. So I'm going to turn it over and then I'll let you see how it looks like. But before then, let me give it a good press. And so, can you see? Let me turn it over. So this is what we have. Can you see this area? You can see that there is no stitch anywhere showing outside here. All right, so that's the trick there, that's the secret. on how to sew this pleated vent. Okay, at this point, I'm going to bring the front piece of the skirt to join with the back piece to give us our skirt. Alright, so to do that, I'm going to take this back piece away and then bring over the front piece. Yeah, whatever techniques I use for the back is the same thing I used for the front. Alright, now if you have been following my tutorial, you should know my signature when joining both sides of my outfit together, right? So I usually fold it this way, like so, and then I also bring the other piece like this, the back piece, and then I'll place the two together, take it to the sewing machine. I will sew through this measurement using loose stitch because I'm going to lose it out. I'm going to lose it out afterwards. It's not permanent stitch. This pattern here is just so I will print the measurement to the back side of this skirt as well. That is the easiest method for me. If you have another method, fine, but this is very much easier for me. So at this point, I'm going to take it to the sewing machine, use loose stitch to sew through this measurement. Then I'll come back and let you know what next to do. As you can see, I've joined the two together using loose stitch. Alright, so right now I'm going to use my iron to give it a very good press, opening these two together like so. I will iron right in the middle. Alright, this process is just so I will print the measurement at the front side to the back side, so that by the time I'm joining the two together the way it's supposed to be, I wouldn't have any difficulties. Alright, I wouldn't go over to start taking the measurement at the back side of the skirt. Okay, alright, so open it up, make sure nowhere is folding inside. Good. And then we will flip it over like so. Can you see this place is in the middle? Open it up like that, the way I'm doing here, and then open this back. Make sure the front and the back are facing different directions. All right, like so, and then we will iron in the middle. So this way we have printed the measurement from the front to the back side of the skirt, and then we are going to open it up like this by loosening it this way. Good. So the next thing to do is to open the back side this way, and then we will use the front side to place to the back side, facing right side, facing right side this way. All right, and so I will take it to the sewing machine following this measurement we printed here. All right, I will sew this way and then I will turn over this way and sew at the back side. At this point I'm going to use permanent stitch. All right, not loose stitch at this time, because I'm no longer going to lose the sides anymore. All right, I have concluded sewing the skirt. I've also fixed the zipper at the back, so this is what it looks like, and this is our vent. So thank you guys for watching. If this tutorial is helpful to you in any way, please do let me know in the comment section. Till I come your way next time with another educative sewing tutorial. Bye for now.